All right, well, this will be my first review here on YouTube. Um, and honestly, I guess no better way to start it out, start this little career out with this mouse. Uh, so, a little bit of a story. I was over at my Best Buy today, and I was looking for a new gaming mouse to replace my M65 Pro, when all of a sudden I found this. Now I know what you're thinking. It kind of looks like the Dark Core. Well, it's actually different. Its actual name is the Corsair Nightsword RGB with IQ, of course. Um, Funny enough, this thing has 18,000 DPI, so pretty nice. It's also got 6 different weights to tune your mouse, so pretty standard for gaming mice. 10 programmable buttons, stuff like that. Of course, it comes with this little case, which inside there are the different little weights. I currently have one of the types of weights in, 3 of them actually. But what comes with this are just the solid weights, and then the, I guess, washer type weights. So, I guess we'll get onto this mouse. Now, when I first looked at it, I couldn't find a review on it on YouTube anywhere. No video, no nothing. So, of course, I checked Amazon, see if there was something there. Nothing. I go to Corsair's website. It doesn't exist. So, what I'm thinking is, I currently have a new Corsair mouse that hasn't been released to the public yet in any way, shape, or form. So, let's get started. So anyways, I just recently got it out of the box. This nice all black exterior with, different kind of RGB lighting. And I think that's kind of the initial thing that turned me on to this, was kind of the new kind of look to the RGB light vents. And of course, it's got the little thumb rest right here. And it's, for most of the texture, it's actually kind of this this rubberized type grip with this little design to it. Up here, we have, instead of these two being the DPI switches, these are actually programmable buttons. So that's about 1, 2, 3 counting the wheel. We got the right click, left click. These up here are our DPI switches all the way to low. And you can customize these all the way to 18,000. Personally, if you've got this kind of mouse, which is more tuned for first-person shooter, as I can tell, you really wouldn't want 18,000. That's like slight flick this way, slight flick that way, your mouse flies across the screen. But I mean, it's cool that it can get up to that speed. On the side, we've got our sniper button. We've got our upwards back button, which of course can be programmed. I personally play Battlefront 2 a lot. EA's Battlefront 2, of course. And so I like to map my star cards to each of these buttons. And now I can use these 2 buttons up here for center card or grenade, or, really whatever. Or even melee, honestly. A lot of potential to this. And of course, down here, we've got our funny enough, I forgot the name of this, but the little covering for the weights, I guess. Of course, this isn't going to be edited because, this is my first video. I don't edit yet. I don't know if this is going to be like a thing going forward, but who knows. Anyways, onto the mouse itself. So I haven't actually tested it out yet, with anything more than just my screen itself. And this is playing on my Lenovo Legion Y545, 144 hertz refresh rate. So let me go ahead and tone it down to base setting that I've got it. And with this one, it's got 3 different settings that come with it. Other than the default, I currently have it at its 3rd HWDP setting. This is our lowest setting. If I increase it up to mid setting, we've got this speed. Increase it some more. This goes to, I think, 7,000 is what I've got it set up. So, crazy with just minor movements. And I think, honestly, that's perfect for first-person shooter or really anything that you're doing. So I'll turn it down to medium. And, of course, from wherever we're at, we'll go ahead and toggle the sniper button right over here. So you can see it slows down. I have mine currently set to 700, and I find that it's actually pretty accurate to snipe with this setting. So yeah, pretty nice. Back to the story, really, of this thing, this anomaly. We're gonna call it an anomaly. Because as of now, I am currently, to my knowledge at least, I am currently the only owner of this mouse. Now this retails for $80. Now I don't know if Corsair is going to be watching this. Well, it'll be the only video of this mouse, so they probably will. By the way, for Corsair, I really like this mouse, at least from a normal use standpoint. Haven't tested it out for gaming yet, but it's got a very simple, sleek design, but yet it's got great functionality. I mean, it's kind of got this G502 look to it. I mean, not as, of course, not as edgy or design-wise crazy as the 502, and I don't want to say crazy, but edgy, looking like a Lamborghini. This kind of has a more curved feel, and it's definitely bigger. I mean, of course, like my hand is huge for this thing, but it actually rests pretty well. I mean, if we can, if you can tell just based on the M65 Pro. Here's where my hand would normally sit on this. So, I'd be resting back here on the palm and just kind of gripping around with this. With this, I can set my palm on the mouse itself and just casually mess around with it, rest my thumb. And I guess it's got a palm grip for it. But this thing is really nice, really great. Keys are not super, easily clickable, but very similar to the M65 Pro. So if you're familiar with this, I mean, it's really not too much different. Yeah. I really like this mouse. So whenever this gets released in the future, which as of now, I actually purchased this from Best Buy, and it was the only one there. Didn't have a price tag or anything. Wasn't even in their system until they clicked on one of the other barcodes. And it will retail for $80, $79.99, but technicality. yeah, I don't want to get Best Buy in trouble by, talking about this and, and reviewing it and looking at it. And, if Corsair, if you want to contact me, feel free to contact me, about anything. Whether or not this is actually supposed to be in my hands right now is, that's its own thing. And I know a lot of you might be thinking, wait, this isn't even, I can't find anything about this on Corsair's website. There's nothing, no news on it, nothing on Amazon or anything like that. And granted, I may not have looked online enough to see if there was any other information about this. But so far as I can tell, no one else in my friend group who games knows about this mouse. No one else has seen this mouse. So as far as I can tell, I'm the only person who has this right now. Personally, until I'm done testing it out, of course, with Doom, I don't really want to give it up yet. It feels great. Dare I say it, just from how, from what I've played around with, the G502, this thing itself, hold on, I kind of having a weird time pulling this off with one hand. Why is this so difficult? Okay. Yeah. Sorry if that wasn't slow enough, but oh well. But yeah, it's a pretty nice, and ignore that little notification, but yeah, I'd say this is a pretty nice gaming mouse. Kind of has a feeling of the Dark Core, but definitely not, keys aren't as spongy. Actually, if anything to compare this to, I would say it's a bigger version of this, key-wise. I will say the sniper button takes just a little more force than the red sniper button here on the M65 Pro. This is the first M65 Pro, not the Elite. But I think I personally favor, a little more force to this. That way I don't accidentally click it. But overall, feels pretty great. To me at least. So yeah, I guess unofficial, very, very noob level review of this mouse. Feel free to leave me a comment discussing anything about this mouse. Maybe I'm just overhyping the whole thing, and maybe others know of this mouse. Also, I know that it's very bright in this room. And I'm also recording on my phone. But then again, I don't have a camera. Funny enough, I invest all my cash into this stuff. No camera. But oh well. So yeah. Once I've tested this out on Doom, I will probably make another video. I guess a follow-up video. just detailing how this mouse performs with first-person shooters. I mean, just looking at it, I think it's gonna do well on Doom, as well as any other first-person shooters. Might actually try it on Battlefront 2. See how that works. Oh, I didn't talk about the textures on the right and left mouse pad or mouse clickers. I mean, it's very much just a basic kind of plastic with a matte black kind of finish. Very. I mean, it feels typical of a mouse, but I guess a standard mouse, which is fine. I mean, I don't think it. I don't know how well it'll pick up fingerprints or anything like that, but I haven't seen anything really stay. So I guess that's a plus. I know with the M65 Pro, and you can kind of see, the wear and tear a little bit, but with this kind of material, oils and stuff like that get left over. But I don't know if that's going to be too much of a problem on this. Again, I'm going to go out on a limb, at least for right now, and I haven't tested this out for gaming yet. But dare I say, this might be Corsair's answer to the G502 Hero. Definitely the answer to the G502 in terms of size. Definitely their G502 for people with bigger hands, as well, big meaty claws. So, and that's one of the biggest issues I've had with finding good mice that aren't too small is, but definitely I'm gonna say Corsair, nice job, and then I'll make a follow-up video, of course, just detailing how Doom plays with this. All right. Well, this has been Omar. Signing out. Might make a career out of this, maybe. Go ahead and leave a comment down below. Same as always. I'm not going to say leave a like or subscribe, because this is probably just going to be like a one and done thing. Unless I get a ton of support, or this video goes viral, because I may or may not be the first one and only one to have this. So, all right, peace out.